Hi everyone, this is Ricky with scrapbookpal.com, and today we're going to make a card using this stamp set by Avery Elle called PHOnomenal. And we're also going to be doing some Copic coloring while we're doing this. So just to show you what I do here, I try to keep the plastic from the original stamps because I try to be less wasteful. I used to put them in envelopes, but it's just better to use this until it falls apart, and then you could put it in a storage envelope if you want. But I thought I would just let you know that information because it's really important to try to save the earth if we can. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and get this stamped out. I'm going to be stamping out the bowl of pho or pho, depending on how you want to say it. And then all the little pieces that go along with the soup also, which is like an avocado or an egg and shrimp and chopsticks and a jalapeno and another shrimp. And basically what I decided to do here, and basil and some lime. And what I decided to do is go ahead and stamp all this out. But, I like mine with a little bit of extra lime and a little bit of extra basil. So, and a little bit of hot peppers. So I'm going to stamp all of that out as extra. And I end up actually don't using all of it because there's way too much to put in the bowl, actually. I stamped this out with some Memento black ink, which is perfect for Copic coloring. It doesn't bleed. It doesn't, ruin your marker tips. It's a really good ink and I like using it. You could use other inks that are supplied by other companies. There's Fawn. I think Gina K has one. There's a bunch of them, but any of them will really work. I just have Memento because that's the OG and that's what I've used for a long time. Now we're going to go through some coloring and I'll be back as soon as this is done. You guys, I'm watching this back and I realized I was actually using Lawn Fawn Jet Black ink. I am so sorry about that. I'm an idiot. I'm going to go ahead and put the sentiment onto the bowl here. I had to do a little curving of the sentiment because it was straight and I needed it to be curved along with the bowl. So, I had to doctor it a little bit, as, you would say. The next thing we're going to do is use some Distress Oxide inks, and we're going to make a background here. And I'm using, what am I using? Crushed olive, wow, I can't even read that upside down. Citron, I think, and green, I don't know. Just slow it down, you'll see. But I'm actually going to go ahead and just go over several times with these colors and just get a good blend on this paper. This is a Nina Solar White 80 pound. It's really good for blending oxide inks, and it just works out perfect. After clean off my brush there, I'm going to use this Distress Oxide bottle that has water in it, and I just basically spray it onto the paper and dab off the water after a few seconds so that we could get a little texture onto the card. The next thing I'm going to do is just use an average rectangle die cut here to go ahead and get this die cut to be a little bit smaller than 5.5 by 4.25. And I'm going to run that through my die cutting machine. And this is what it looks like. It has a stitch border. Lawn Fawn has this. A bunch of companies have these type of dies. So anything that you have in your stash, use it. If you don't have it, go to scrapbookpal.com and get the Lawn Fawn ones. They're perfect too. We're going to go ahead and get this glued down to the card base here, which is a Nina Solar White 110 pound cardstock. You could use any thick cardstock that you have. This is just what I have. It's perfect. It's great. So I'm going to get this pressed down and make sure it's staying and not buckling and all that great stuff. And then here you can see that I have things lined up and I'm trying to figure out exactly where I want things to go. And I'm going to use my little tweezers here because my big old man hands cannot glue this down without my fingers sticking to the paper, without things flying around. It gets a little ridiculous. So I got the hot pepper down. I'm going to put the lime, and I'm basically gluing all this down just straight onto the bowl. I didn't add any dimension to the soup. I'm actually going to put foam pieces on the back to prop that up. And that's from Scrapbook Adhesives from scrapbookpal.com. Then it took me forever to figure out where I wanted these chopsticks to go. I didn't know if I wanted them in front of the bowl or behind the bowl, but it conveniently fit in the back from where the foam squares were on. So it was pretty, I was pretty lucky. But anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. The card is done. Please make sure that you head over to all the social medias and follow scrapbookpal.com. You can also find me on social media by looking for Bromero cards. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys have been safe and you guys have been having fun while we're still on lockdown. Have a great day. Bye.